What up, all you peacekeepers? Lovers of life, people of the free country, those who are thinking they're free, those who want to be free, those who realize that there is a system out there that is not benefiting your life, those who are struggling to understand where they are in life, who they are in life, and what they should be doing, what they should be focused on now that the world as we know it has shut down and is supposedly coming alive again. Supposedly. Economically, the economic push to revive the economic loss that they've had, that we've had. They stimulated the country once again, and they're hoping not to do a, what was it, 1929? Hoping not to do one of those numbers, even though we're past those numbers. They're just hoping not to keep it like that, and that was the Great Depression. So COVID-19, COVID-20, or however many there are, there is a new strand of COVID, whatever. There has always been COVID-19. There has always been diseases like COVID-19. Anytime you mix animal blood or the animal blood mixes with other animals, and then that mixes with your blood, it just doesn't go well. Animal blood can carry parasites and all kind of, stuff that doctors know about, but I don't. In your blood, and it's harmful to us. Black plague was carried by a mosquito. It was a mix between rats and pigs' blood. And we see how that went. Okay. People that eat, yeah. So, how you doing today, sir? Anyway, and we've seen how that went. 70 million people died. And of course, there, are cases where, like in the Amazon, they were wiped out by another disease that Europeans actually carried to the Amazon forest, and that civilization was so-called 20 million, and they died. So we've seen, over the span of human history, how it's just not a surprise that a disease will come along and boom. However, some of those diseases, we can say they're by nature or by natural accident, especially once we get involved. There's a natural accident occurs. We, get two species together by accident and their blood mixes, mosquitoes come, and then boom. It wasn't worth putting my glasses on for. Well, I have to read the comments. But in this case, COVID-19 seems to be man-made. It's like, oh, okay, well, this was made by these two mixtures of blood, so why don't we just try to do it on our own? Then you have the whole, China pretty much hiding it from, the rest of the world. Then them saying it's not that bad. Then them, pretty much hiding any new case. Then a new case comes out. They have a whole city quarantine. Then a new case comes out, and then you don't have no deaths in Beijing, not that to my knowledge. So you have most of the deaths in one area, and you would think, oh, it's been contained there. But let me tell you something. This virus is the strangest virus I've ever even heard of. It's not like polio. It's not like the AIDS virus, which killed 35 million people. I've never seen a virus do some of the things that they say the virus is doing, and how the virus dies and how it survives and the things that it survives on. It's just weird to me how this virus compares to nothing else. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, this is because of the 5G network that they're putting up. And I'm just going to say this. I believe that in my mind, I can't say I don't believe that COVID-19 is a thing because it's been around for a minute now. Some people say that COVID-19 is an acronym for, I forgot what it was called, how this lady described it. But nonetheless, she's saying that it was a disease that was made up in 2019 to be activated in 2019 to cause this maelstrom that we're in, and that we're now coming out of. So I believe there is some kind of sickness in the air, but I'm not quite sure what exactly it is. To me, it doesn't seem like a natural sickness. It doesn't seem natural to me. It doesn't seem like if this is an airborne strand that it's not going to spread all over the country. We know the Black Plague traveled into Rome and right along the roads because it jumped from one person to the other. Because the mosquitoes were jumping from one person to the other, and they all traveled along, the roads that led into Rome, which was 1 million strong back then. It was a lot of people. So we know that, but this is something that's airborne. It's everywhere. But yet there are places that we don't have any cases and or any deaths. It just seems like a mystery to me. I'm not a scientist. I have studied some pandemics though, because once again, my degree is in healthcare administration. But I only have an undergrad. I do not have a master's, which I would like to get in public health, and then go on and get my doctorates in epidemiology. So that's the career path that I want to face. Even though I am an older man, I still wouldn't mind having a doctorate in epidemiology just to have it because I'm interested. Now, some of you have been asking what's going to happen next. Because of my forecasts, and that seem to all be coming up pretty much correct, I have been forecasting a pretty grim future, which I'm hoping doesn't happen. But I can't help but to think, according to my knowledge and what I've studied and the life I've lived and the places I've worked, I cannot help but to think that the forecast that I've been predicting is going to come to fruition. And I'm not the only one. I'm not somebody over here with a Palantir, saying this is going to happen, and then it happens. I do not have the answers. I'm just guesstimating what the country is going to do, and eventually the world. Now, everybody seems to be on be in the same mind that this whole COVID-19 is just a way to get the ID chips put into your body. They're going to do this by force. We've seen an uptick in police activity where they're just coming in the house, and this is in every country now. They're just coming in your house and they're just snatching people. And they're showing up in force. They're showing up deep. They're not showing up with just their, hand cannon. They're showing up deep. They're not showing up with 2 officers. They're showing up 5, 6 officers, and they're rolling heavy, and they're coming to your house, and they're not playing, and they're standing in your living room. We just seen a video of that, and they're telling you for your own good, we're taking you to the hospital. We've seen videos where a pregnant woman said, I do not want a shot, and these nurses call in the police that are in the hospital, and the police are like, we're going to hold you down, and we're going to give you the shot. It's for your own good. And she's like, I'm okay. I don't want the shot. I know it's going to affect my baby. Please do not give me this shot. And they're just like, ma'am, you need to have the shot. Boom. We saw a man do the same thing where they said, he needed, for his own good, he needed to be sedated and give him a shot. So we're seeing freedom being taken completely away, and there's no argument. There's also no recourse. There's no, these people who are doing this are, it's either you let us in the door and you come with us, or you're gonna get shot 28 times like this recently, a couple days ago. I forgot the young lady's name, but she got shot 28 times when the police came to her door, and the boyfriend picked up his weapon and started firing back. So the police just turned her into Swiss cheese, and now he's in custody. So you can't even fight back against what we think is going to happen. We think that the whole Bill and Melinda Gates thing and what they've been planning, we think that it's going to be, bad all day, because we know that they have a patent on the so-called on COVID-19 and or the cure for, not the cure, but they have a patent on COVID-19. There's a patent on diseases. And Bill and Melinda Gates, their foundation, WHO and all that other stuff, they have a patent on it. And they'll have a patent on the cure. So this is, what looks to me like, just evil. It just looks evil. So your RFID or whatever they call it, that they're going to stick into your hand. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. If they come knocking on our doors, if they cut off our power, cut off our water, if they show up at your house in force with tactical gear on, and most of us, don't run around with tactical gear. Most of us aren't prepared for a ground battle that is going to remove us from our homes and leave us desolate, wondering where to get our next meal. Most of us do not plan for that because we think that we're safe in America. This is America. We're supposed to be safe in our home. We got rights in our homes. We are seeing those rights get thrown out the window constantly. We're seeing the right to own a weapon get thrown in your face. We see Philando Castillo didn't stand a chance. That officer shot him in front of his girlfriend and their little girl like he was a damn dog. We've seen just they're not cracking down against the police doing heinous crimes against people. And the reason why they're not cracking down is because this whole thing is going to get worse. It's going to get worse. They're setting examples. You stand up against us, this is what's going to happen. We don't care about your rights. We even heard a man quote his rights. I have the Fifth Amendment, and the cops beating him up saying that doesn't apply here. Cops just telling you you don't have the rights. We saw another man was pulled over. He didn't even know he's pulled over for. And two police officers, the male police officer and female police officer, the male police officer told him he's going to jail. He's like, no, I'm not. He's like, get out the car. He's like, for what? What did I do? What am I going to jail for? You have the right to ask these questions. You have the right to know why you're being incarcerated, what crime you are committed, but it didn't matter. He even asked for a supervisor. He's like, you do not have the right to ask for a supervisor. Then they wrestled him out of the car, and while they were wrestling with him, the female officer shot the man. We've seen this over and over and over again. Not tased, shot. They shot the man. And he still didn't know what he did. You know, to all you good police officers out there, I even told this to one officer when they beat me up. And I was before they took me to jail, I was in the hospital. I told the officer, I said, listen, I'm laying in a hospital bed in Pittsburgh. I told the officer, I mean, you should get out of your occupation because you're going to find brother against brother. You're going to find immoral against moral. You're going to find, you know what? Never mind. There's nobody here to talk. Nobody wants to talk. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone.